do is ask them to draw back the cover and reveal here for the first time the all-new 2010 Toyota 4Runner. On that note, what I'd also like to do is to call up Derek Tan from our Toyota University to tell you a little bit more about the vehicle and some of the things that make it special. Derek, where are you?
Over here, Stephen.
Oh, here we go.
Thank you, Stephen. Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Derek Tan, and I'm going to spend the next few minutes and talk about the key features in the walk-around segment. We're going to take a look at exterior, talk about some of the features in that. We'll look under the hood, talk about the powertrain, drivetrain. Then we'll kind of climb into the interior, and also conclude with the rear cargo area. Looking at the all-new interior styling, extremely rugged but refined, but at the same time extremely aerodynamic. For an SUV, the all-new 2010 4Runner boasts a coefficient of drag of 0.36, which is very impressive for an SUV of this type. And some of the components that kind of help the 4Runner achieve that number is also the front spoiler. If you look at the in front of the rear wheels, it's spats that are going to help manage airflow around that. And it's also the rear spoiler that incidentally also conceals the rear wiper. Not only does it give a neater appearance on the back, but at the same time it's also car wash friendly. Some of us experienced seeing those blue fluffy stuff stuck to the wipers. On the outside, you'll notice prominent front fenders and rear fenders, and also the edgy style kind of gives the 4Runner a very rugged, off-road capable look to it. And also, one of the areas that the design is going to focus on is also to keep wind noise low. If you look at this area, you notice the wiper arms are all shaped to kind of cheat the wind a lot more effectively. The mirrors has actually been extended a little farther out to give a little gap here to kind of keep the wind noise low in this particular area. So this vehicle is extremely quiet. And the standard features in the 4Runner, as you can see from the front, you have standard fog lights. On the base of the windshield, you can see the grid for the windshield wiper deicer, and also you have heated mirrors, which are standard, which is great for this part of the country. And also standard is a roof rack, and also in the back is a standard Class 3 tow hitch that allows the 4Runner to tow up to 5,000 pounds. 4Runner comes in 3 grades. Starting off the SR5, the Trail Edition, which is extremely off-road capable, and the grade that we have before us here is the Limited. And one of the styling cues to identify a Limited grade is the 20-inch wheels. You have the turn signals in the mirrors. Also, there's puddle lamps, which helps to illuminate around the front doors as you approach the vehicle. And if you notice, the door handles also has a touch point for the standard smart key, which is on the 4Runner Limited. And also in the back, a signature styling cue for every 4Runner since inception is the power back tailgate window. And that can be operated from the interior and also from a switch on the rear doors. You can see as a control switch above the license plate. Moving on to the powertrain, standard in the 4Runner is 4-liter V6, putting out 270 horsepower and 278 pound-feet of torque, and thanks to dual variable valve timing that works in the intake and the exhaust side of the camshafts. And combined with a very efficient 5-speed automatic transmission, allows the 4Runner to actually boast a little over 5% improvement in fuel economy. At the same time, the 4Runner makes 34 horsepower more than the previous model and 10 horsepower more than the previous 4.7-liter V8. So it's very impressive. So you get the increase in horsepower. At the same time, you also benefit from improved fuel economy. On the drivetrain side, standard in 4Runner is a four-wheel drive system. On the SR5 and the Trail Edition, you get a part-time system that also includes four-wheel drive low. On the Limited that we have here, it's a full-time system with a Torsen center differential. Also, on the chassis side, the 4Runner rides on a box frame with 7 cross members. And standard on the Trail Edition is standard skid plates for the engine, the transfer case, and also the fuel tank. When I'm talking about the Trail Edition, One of the visual clues to identify that particular grade is that it comes standard with a hood scoop and 17-inch wheels, which is unique to the model, and also blacked out mirrors and some of the bumper cladding and also the fender flares. It's going to give it a very tough off-road look to it. Moving on to the brakes. Standard 4Runner now is 4-wheel disc brakes, ventilated in the front and the rear. And on the safety side, anti-lock brakes is standard, which also includes electronic brake force distribution and also brake assist. And to complete the safety equation, vehicle stability control is also standard, which also offers an offset depending on the kind of situation that the vehicle is kind of traversing, the kind of terrain. Moving on to the interior. With the smart key, you can lock the doors just by pressing on the touchpad, and to open it, you can actually just put your hand here and pull the door open without actually physically using the key, which is standard on the Limited. Moving on to the interior. As you get in, you'll notice how spacious it is. There's increased headroom, and also the front seats have been increased off the floor to give a more comfortable feel for the drivers and also the passengers. The 4Runner has also been designed to suit the driver instead of driving having to adjust to the 4Runner. And that includes a telescopic steering wheel and a standard power passenger seat. Looking at the instrument panel, the Optitron gauges, the standard Limited and analog gauges on the SR5 and also on the Trail Edition. Looking at climate controls, dual climate automatic climate control is standard on the Limited, and that's also heated seats. And what else have we got Limited? We got multi-control steering wheel that includes the audio, the temperature, and also Bluetooth. Navigation is also standard on the Limited. We got 70-inch screen, it's DVD based, it's touch screen, and one great feature is also includes XM traffic. And also another feature is when you put into reverse, you also get the backup camera. And also moving on to the rear of the vehicle, the Limited comes with a 3-row seating, but this being a prototype, we have the 2-row model. It's a 40-20-40 split rear seat. As you can see in this one, it's a 60-40, and the bottom cushion is able to tilt forward, which allows the rear to recline and give a flat rear floor. If you notice in the back here, the rear floor is fairly flat, which also increases foot space. One more thing I forgot to kind of add here is the power windows is standard one touch up and down for all windows. This also includes the moonroof and also the rear window. Moving on to the rear. We talked about the power rear window, and also if you notice the hatch clearance, it'll clear a 6-foot person without having to make any contact with the head. Standard on the Trail Edition is a standard pull-out tray that's able to accommodate 440 pounds, and it has a reach of 18 inches. So it has 3 locking sections. And there's tie-down hooks. There's also power outlets. So on the Trail Edition and also Limited, we have a 400-watt power outlet, both in the cabin and also in the rear cargo area. So it gives a lot of flexibility in terms of hauling, and also when out camping, you can attach all kinds of components to it. You can make margaritas on the outside.